Power in Jamaican politics is a game of survival. Those at the helm of the nation's two major parties are not just leaders, they are warriors on a battlefield where loyalty is currency and betrayal is an ever-present shadow. In the past, some have held on to power with an iron grip. Others have fallen spectacularly. But what really happens behind the closed doors of Jamaica's political dynasties? The power struggles, the secret alliances, the betrayals. This is the untold story of Jamaica's political giants. The giants in Jamaica's politics. Jamaica's political history is shaped by 9 towering figures: Norman Manley, Sir Alexander Bustamante, Hugh Shearer, Michael Manley, Edward Seaga, P.J. Patterson, Portia Simpson Miller, Bruce Golding, Andrew Holness, and Mark Golding. Each of them wielded power with their own style, some with charisma, others with sheer force of will. But the road to leadership was never smooth. Behind their public speeches and campaign promises lay a world of calculated moves, fierce rivalries, and strategic plays that determined who ruled and who fell. From the fiery oratory of Michael Manley, who ignited the socialist movement in Jamaica, to the unwavering authority of Edward Seaga, who ruled with precision and a relentless grip on the economy. These leaders weren't just politicians, they were masters of the game. Norman Manley and Sir Alexander Bustamante, the founding fathers of modern Jamaican politics, started as allies but became fierce opponents, setting the stage for decades of political battles. The unspoken rules of power. If you think elections determine party leadership, think again. Behind closed doors, power is secured long before ballots are cast. Loyalty, legacy, and control over party structures have been the real deciding factors in Jamaican politics. The People's National Party, PNP, and the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, have long been dominated by figures who understood these rules. For instance, P.J. Patterson, Jamaica's longest-serving Prime Minister, never had to shout or throw political punches. Instead, he maneuvered like a chess grandmaster, ensuring that his control over the party's machinery was absolute. When Portia Simpson Miller rose to power as Jamaica's first female Prime Minister and President of the PNP, it was not just a victory for her, but a victory over the entrenched biases that had kept her underestimated for years. Yet, even after securing the top job, she had to fight relentless internal battles to maintain her position. Betrayal and political survival. In Jamaican politics, loyalty can vanish in an instant. Bruce Golding led the JLP to power, but his tenure ended in scandal and disappointment, forcing him to step aside. His successor, Andrew Holness, had to fight tooth and nail to maintain control, even facing a leadership challenge from within his own ranks. The JLP, known for its fierce internal rivalries, has seen some of the most dramatic political clashes in history. Similarly, Mark Golding took over the reins of the PNP after the party's devastating 2020 general election loss. His leadership was not immediately accepted by all, and he had to fight against deep divisions within his own party. The PNP, historically the party of charismatic visionaries, suddenly found itself struggling to define its identity. The power play, how leaders hold on. So, how do Jamaican political leaders stay in power? The answer lies in several critical strategies. Number 1, control over party structures. In Jamaican politics, a leader who dominates the internal machinery of their party holds the real keys to power. This includes controlling who gets selected to run as members of parliament, who receives party funding, and who gets appointed to critical committees. A key example, Edward Seaga, who meticulously shaped the JLP to ensure his grip on the party remained strong. By placing loyalists in strategic positions, he secured his dominance for decades. Andrew Holness faced a leadership challenge early in his tenure, but survived by consolidating control over the party's delegates, ensuring that those who voted in leadership elections were largely in his favor. Number 2. Patronage networks and economic influence. Political survival is often tied to economic influence. Leaders who can secure financial backers, distribute government contracts, and control economic opportunities create deep loyalty among supporters. The JLP and the PNP have long had business elites who align with their policies and provide financial backing in exchange for favorable policies and appointments. This practice is not new. P.J. Patterson mastered the art of leveraging economic alliances to secure his position, ensuring that key business figures remained invested in his leadership. Number 3. Public perception and media control. Politics is as much about perception as it is about policy. Leaders who can control media narratives, frame their opponents as weak or untrustworthy, and maintain strong public support are far more likely to survive internal challenges. Michael Manley was a master of public oratory, using speeches and mass rallies to secure the emotional and ideological loyalty of Jamaicans. Portia Simpson Miller, underestimated for years, ultimately used her populist appeal to win public support that outweighed elite skepticism within her party. Number 4. Strategic use of party loyalty and internal manipulation. Leaders often make moves behind the scenes to neutralize potential rivals. This includes rewarding loyalty with government positions, sidelining opponents, and sometimes outright expelling challengers from the party ranks. Bruce Golding learned the cost of losing party loyalty when his handling of the Judas extradition affair led to a steep decline in support, ultimately forcing his resignation. Mark Golding, despite being the PNP leader, faces an ongoing battle for legitimacy, as some in the party continue to see him as an outsider compared to long-standing political dynasties. Bonus facts: in the game of political power, Michael Manley, Edward Seaga, had such an intense rivalry that their personal disdain for each other shaped decades of political hostility between the PNP and the JLP. Sir Alexander Bustamante, despite being a strongman leader, was at one point arrested and detained by the British colonial government for his political activities. P.J. Patterson never lost a general election as Prime Minister, making him one of Jamaica's most politically successful leaders in Jamaica. Portia Simpson Miller's rise to power was so unexpected that many within her own party initially doubted she could win a general election. She proved them wrong. The legacy of power. Jamaica's political landscape is not just about policies and elections. It is about strategy, resilience, and survival. The leaders who have ruled Jamaica have all played the game differently, but one truth remains. In Jamaican politics, power is never freely given. It is taken, fought for, and fiercely defended. And as new generations rise, the question remains: who will be the next great political giant? And how will they change the game? If you found this deep dive into Jamaica's political power struggles fascinating, subscribe to our channel, Impacting Jamaica, for more gripping insights into the hidden forces shaping Jamaica's past, present, and future. Let us know in the comments, which Jamaican political leader do you think was the most masterful at the game of power?